Now the next program is something that I am so excited, and then I believe you guys too. They remind me of the song "How Deep Is Your Love." So we will hear how Bude and Pak De feeling about each other. So yeah, it's gonna be excited.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Honored guests, my dearest family and friends, Otto and I first met in the summer of 1962 during an exciting time in Indonesia's history, the building of the very first television station, TVRI. He was right in the middle of that pioneering work, and I was lucky enough to be there too. Somewhere between all the cables and cameras, we found each other and began a love story that lasted a lifetime. 3 years later, on September 29, 1965, we stood in Magelang, Central Java, and promised our lives to one another. And I remember being nervous, exciting, and full of hope. Looking back now, I realize that that day was the start of an incredible adventure, one that has brought us here 60 years later. And then, on September 7, 1978, our lives changed again in the most beautiful way. When we adopted our son, Yon. Becoming parents fill our home with laughter, challenges, and joy we could never have then imagined. And it made our journey together even richer. We built our life step by step, sometimes with plans, sometimes by just holding hands and jumping in. We've laughed. We laughed, argued, forgiven, raised a family, and grown older side by side. That's the secret of love, I think. Not. I cannot read. Okay. That's the secret of love, I think. Not perfection, but choosing each other again and again every single day. Through the joys and hardships, Otto has been my anchor, my partner, and my safe place. I love him at 20, at 40. I love him when I want even more. In our 80s, and I love him even more. Okay, because my tears came out. Okay. And here we are in our 80s, and I love him. We are so thankful that all more than 200 of you for joining us tonight. Your presence means the world to us, and it makes this celebration even more special. So let's raise our hands together and thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gave us blessings so we can make this syukuran, so we can celebrate our 60th wedding anniversary and to the journey of two hearts that beats as one. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Not long ago, I was approached by an elder lady. She said to me, "Growing old is not funny." I said, "Oh yeah?" I didn't comment anything. And then she left. But honestly, to me, growing old is a challenge. I admit that there are so many activities that I used to be able to do it. Now it's difficult to do, or I cannot do it anymore. And I got a lot of help, which I appreciate so much. Friends, relatives, even no friends, even nobody that I know on the street are helping me, like holding the door open and so on. But mentally, it's a different story. My mind is bright now. It's clear. I can remember clearly my first day I went to elementary school in 1938, before the Second World War. I went to the Dutch school for about 3 years. And then came the Second World War, where we were occupied by the Japanese. And they converted all the Dutch schools into Japanese schools. And I can remember clearly that during the Second World War, I was in a Japanese school. And clearly I remember the first time I met Susie. It was in summer, July or August 1962. In the construction site where we were building the first television station in Indonesia. It was in Jakarta, and we were in the installation team. I was directly involved with the installing the equipment, and Susie was at the administration. And this led to our wedding in 1965. Remember Susie? Okay, no. We have been together sailing the ocean of life together. There are times where the ocean was calm, but at sometimes the ocean was rough. But we survive. Yes, we do. We survive. What makes us survive? Because we are together. We are always together. Everywhere and every time. Every time we go, we are together. Every time we do together. I strongly believe that togetherness makes us survive. Susie, look at me in my eyes. I will always love you until the end of my life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ibu Susie, Papa Otto. There's a few things that I learned from the kesan and pesan that Ibu Susie and Pak Otto had. The first thing that I learned was I didn't know that Papa Otto was such a romantic and such a good speaker. You know, I was moved there. And but the other thing that I learned, very importantly, is that as you grow old, as life change, as life throws so many things at you, you always choose your wife, your husband, your significant other every day, no matter what life throws at you. I think Ibu Susie, Papa Otto, you guys really exemplify that, and I think that was an inspiration to everyone in this room, so thank you for that. Round of applause for Ibu Susie and Papa Otto.
You know what? It's so emotional. I'm about to cry, but I don't want my lashes fall off, so I kind of like hold it. Yeah. So anyway, beautiful example. I hope and pray someday my husband and I also can reach 60 years old. All of us. Inshallah. Inshallah.